Hello and welcome to this special Today's Homeowner podcast. You know what we like to do here at Today's Homeowner is we like to look for any subject around your home that you have a lot of questions about, misconceptions, or maybe even myths. Well, that's exactly what we're going to tackle on this special podcast, metal roofing. Is it right for your home? And a lot of the questions that you may have, we're going to cover. Now, this special Today's Homeowner podcast is brought to you by the Metal Roofing Alliance, and you can find out more about metal roofing by visiting metalroofing.com. Renee Ramey is the executive director of the Metal Roofing Alliance and can just about answer any question that we have. Renee, I'll tell you, it's got to be exciting seeing all the things that are happening with metal roofing on a national level. It really come in its own right now.
100% agree. It's been exciting to see the market share for metal roofing in the residential sector continue to grow, and actually seeing people venture outside of your typical, what we call vertical rib or standing seam roofing and getting into some of the more preformed panels that look like other roofing products.
Well, it's fun to show that off, as we do on the Today's Homeowner television show and talk about it a lot here on the radio show. It's really neat to see people's reaction when we talk about the different varieties and everything, because people learn to appreciate the sheets and the metal sheeting and the advantages that come along with that. But boy, when you start talking about a high quality, good looking roof, when you get into some of the simulated shakes and so forth, makes a lot of sense. And also the hurricane proofing of a lot of these things and being able to stand up to just tremendous wind speeds.
Absolutely. I think people underestimate or are unaware of how metal roofing systems work, and the cohesiveness of how they're installed makes them so resistant to high winds and many other weather-related events out there.
Well, when you think about the extreme weather, we have so many situations. It just seems like it's getting more and more frequent with all of the wildfires you hear about, the high winds and so forth. Let's point out some of the advantages of using a metal roof when you're talking about an extreme cold situation. One of the first, of course, obvious things is that snow will move off of a metal roof much easier than it will, say, an asphalt roof.
Yeah, depending on the type of metal roof you get, the surface area does allow for snow to shed more organically or naturally without really any effort at all.
Also, I'll tell you, in the hot weather areas of the country, people are always looking for a way to kind of move the needle down on that utility bill, and certainly there's a lot of advantages to the metal roofing when you're talking about an extreme heat condition.
Yeah, we've actually ran studies through a variety of different labs or organizations throughout the U.S. and have found that metal roofing systems, when installed correctly and with quality material, can actually impact your heating and cooling bills by up to 40% in certain regions. So it's definitely worth the consideration if you live in either super warm or even in cool climates.
Well, a lot of people wonder about, if they have an existing roof, removing that roof and having, to do all of that and all of the prep before installing a metal roof. But in many cases, and of course this is always important to have it evaluated by a qualified member of the Metal Roofing Alliance. But in many cases, I've seen some very successful roofing situations where they're just basically doing the proper prep around the perimeter of the roof and then installing the metal roof right over the asphalt roof.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple things to add to that is, metal in and of itself is fairly lightweight. So it's very good product to install over pre-existing asphalt roofing if that roof, gets signed off, as you said, by a qualified installer. The other thing is you're not having to pay for that asphalt roof, one, to be removed, and two, to be taken to a landfill where you're contributing to filling up the various landfills. And, we've got some information around the amount of asphalt shingles that go into landfills, and it's quite staggering. So that's something that should make a homeowner feel good as well.
Hey, you're listening to a special edition of the Today's Homeowner podcast. We'll be right back.
When your house needs a new roof, it's important to make a good investment. The roof is literally your home's first line of defense against the elements. So you want something that's durable, low maintenance, long-lasting, and protects your home from strong winds, hail, and even wildfire. You want a quality metal roof because it performs as beautifully as it looks. The Metal Roofing Alliance can help you find the metal roof that's right for you. Check out their free metal roofing buyer's guide at metalroofing.com.
So many questions about metal roofing. Renee Ramey is the executive director of the Metal Roofing Alliance. Well, Renee, I wanted to ask you, when you're talking about the look of a metal roof and so forth, it's important to not only choose the right materials, but getting the right person to install all of that roofing. That's where a gigantic advantage of the Metal Roofing Alliance comes into play. And maybe we should back up and tell everybody about exactly what the reasoning and the real platform behind the Metal Roofing Alliance.
Yeah, I would appreciate that, Chan. So we came into an existence as an entity that would educate to homeowners. So the first and foremost goal of the Metal Roofing Alliance is to give homeowners a kind of third-party reference point that provides information about what to consider, everything from the materials being used, the type of metal roofing, the various opportunities or varieties that are out there, straight through to how to identify a quality installer. And if interested, MRA does have installer members as well. So even making that connection to an installer in your area through the MRA is something that we are very focused on.
Well, I tell you, I've had an opportunity to meet dozens and dozens of members of the Metal Roofing Alliance, and they're pretty serious. I mean, they, first of all, try to stump them with a question. You will not succeed in stumping them with a question, just like trying to stump Renee with a question. You're not going to be able to do it because, you guys have put so much effort into all of the answers to any questions a consumer has, supporting the professional and making sure that they know exactly what's expected of them in order to install it. And then also, it's such an important part of it when those installers or potential installers are out there talking to the homeowner to be able to really give them straightforward answers on their questions. There are just so many questions about any component to your home. But when you're talking about something that may get up to a 50-year guarantee on your roof, boy, that starts to be a pretty serious conversation. And then you put in what an advantage it is in the extreme conditions. I mean, being able to stand up in some of the different metal materials, to be able to stand up to 140 mile per hour winds, hail damage, all of these kind of things. That really should be an important part of your conversation with your potential contractor that you can find at metalroofing.com. And I think that's all about that comfort level and peace of mind that homeowners have going into what's a significant part of their home.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing, as an industry, I've never ceases to amaze me how very engaged and very seriously supportive people are in this industry because the product performs. We go through more rigorous testing for metal roofing products and systems than any other roofing material out there. And I think because of that rigorous testing that our products go through, it just makes us that much more passionate about getting it on homes and about explaining or educating to homeowners the benefits it comes with.
Well, of course, when you're choosing something, whether it's a paint color for the shutters or the paint color for the front door, you're talking about a pretty big palette of color there when you're looking at a metal roof, whether it's trying to decide on the different colors of metal roofs in its traditional sheet form or, some of the many other designs and so forth. Boy, the visualizer that you guys have on metalroofing.com solves that problem. And again, will provide that comfort level for anyone. At least I think so.
Yeah, we get a lot of positive comments from homeowners about the visualizer. It makes it a lot easier from an aesthetic perspective to move forward with something when you get a chance to at least get a ballpark idea of what different metal roofing styles or types will look like, what colors are out there, especially as compared to, obviously, your home's color and the type of architectural style that you have. So, yeah, that gets a lot of visits on our website.
That's good. Well, it just makes it easier. It's just kind of like the foundation of everything the Metal Roofing Alliance goes for is helping the professional, helping the consumer, and also kind of knocking down a lot of the myths that are out there about metal roofing. Because when you're talking about an investment in a roof that can last up to 50 years, boy, that makes a big, big difference over some of the other roofings that may only last 12 to 15 years. So you're talking about 3 times the roof, but not 3 times the cost. So it will make a big, big difference in that. And of course, you have a lot of other features on the metalroofing.com website to be able to help people make the decisions they want with the particular colors and particular styles.
Yeah, absolutely. We've spent a lot of time and effort combing through, the types of questions we get from homeowners and through our members that they receive from homeowners. And the website's really been built around answering those questions, predominantly the most asked questions, but certainly right down to the smallest question asked. We just want the website to be a place where people can go and get answers without the high pressure of, dealing with any one specific company.
Well, that's perfect. That's great for consumers. And, unlike a lot of the information that, it's great to go on the internet, great to kind of bump around and look at different opinions and different things. But after a while, you just feel a little bit of an overload and maybe you're getting too many different opinions. Well, that's where a group like the Metal Roofing Alliance and the website metalroofing.com will give you that peace of mind to be able to know you're getting the answers straight from the pros, and that can make a big, big difference. Renee Ramey, always great to talk with you about metal roofing, always something going on, and the percentage of people that are choosing metal roofs is going up every single day, and that's a lot to do with the great information that you guys are putting out there. Renee, always great to be with you, and thanks for being with us on the special Today's Homeowner podcast.
Well, it's great to talk to you, Danny, once again, and we appreciate the opportunity to spread the word.
When your house needs a new roof, it's important to make a good investment. The roof is literally your home's first line of defense against the elements, so you want something that's durable, low maintenance, long-lasting, and protects your home from strong winds, hail, and even wildfire. You want a quality metal roof, because it performs as beautifully as it looks. The Metal Roofing Alliance can help you find the metal roof that's right for you. Check out their free metal roofing buyer's guide at metalroofing.com.